disappointed me. This disappointed me a bit. Carmen's classic Spanish novel. Oh, wait. He also called for high school drum band demonic for marching band show. Fuck that. I know what that is. Yeah, fuck that. Republicans being racist. Anyways, yeah, let's... Bernie Sanders, you disappoint me with this one.
Thanks very much for joining me. I probably don't need to talk.
The fact that he wants to... Oh, man. Base synopsis, Bernie Sanders wants to introduce a bill to make AI public ownership rather than trying to fight to, ban it.
Tell you that artificial intelligence will almost certainly be the most transformational technology in the history of the world. It will profoundly affect the lives of every man, woman, and child in our country and, in fact, throughout the world. It is already bringing significant changes to our economy, our democracy, our emotional well-being.
So let's ban it.
Our environment, and how we educate and raise our kids. There is also a very real fear that as AI becomes smarter than human beings, it could eventually function.
No, that's not the fear, dude. What a bad read. What a really bad read.
Of human control with potentially catastrophic consequences. The question is not whether AI will change the world. It will. The question is who will own and control that future, who will benefit.
I don't know, man. I'm so split on this because, yeah, I think if the public owns it, obviously public ownership of any entity is a good thing, but we gotta just say no. Like logarithmic or like AI algorithms, like the ones we have in ChatGPT and other systems, needs to just go. Like it needs to be illegal. Because it's so destructive to the planet and to humanity. AA already has changed the world. Anime waifu GF on demand. Lol. True.
Benefit from it and who will be hurt by it.
We're already being hurt by it.
Will AI be used to make life better for working families? Will it help us eliminate poverty, extend life expectancies, and help us solve the climate crisis? Or will the future of humanity be determined by a handful of billionaires who have developed AI to become even richer and more powerful than they are? That is the fundamental choice before us. And let us be clear, AI was not created out of thin air. The foundation of AI is our collective human intelligence. Let me repeat that. The foundation of AI is our collective human intelligence, our books, songs, artwork, journalism, computer code, scientific research, videos, conversations, images, and ideas spanning generations. As Sam Altman himself acknowledged, AI models were trained on our, quote, collective experience, knowledge, and learnings of humanity. And
then we should make it illegal. Like, I think AI has, like, maybe a time and place, but it's too dangerous right now.
Quote. The reality is that big tech oligarchs have fed this knowledge into their AI models without permission, acknowledgement, or compensation.
True.
In other words, the creative work of millions and hundreds of millions of people has been stolen by the wealthiest people in the world. The time has...
He's not wrong. And he does also hate the billionaires and the wealthy. So, you gotta stand with him on that.
Has come to reclaim what was stolen from us. Since AI is built on the collective knowledge of humanity, the wealth it generates must benefit humanity, not just Elon Musk, Jeff Bezos, Mark Zuckerberg, Larry Ellison, and other billionaires, or the venture capitalists and Wall Street firms who see AI as the next great wealth extracting machine. And that is why in the coming weeks, I will introduce the American AI Sovereign Wealth Fund Act. This legislation would give the public a direct ownership stake in the largest AI companies in America through a one-time 50% tax, not on profits, but on stock. It would do two...
I don't think that this has a shot in hell of passing, by the way.
Extremely critical things. First, it would give the American people a direct role in determining the future of this technology. No longer would the future of AI be dictated by a handful of big tech oligarchs while the rest of the world sits back and watches them do what they want. Secondly, it would guarantee that the trillions potentially created by AI are used to improve the lives of all of us, not simply to make the richest people on earth even richer. And I have to tell you, this is not an original idea. OpenAI has proposed creating a public wealth fund to give every citizen a stake in AI-driven economic growth. Anthropic has proposed national sovereign wealth funds with stakes in AI. Elon Musk has said direct federal payments are the best response to AI-driven unemployment.
Yeah, do you fuck with the One Piece image set? I'll take a look in a minute. But like, man, you know about abundance. You know about abundance being an issue.
Over 100 sovereign wealth funds already exist worldwide. Norway used its oil wealth to create a $2 trillion.
There's a difference between oil and some algorithm. AI is not artificial intelligence, it's an algorithm spewing out information to try and figure out what you like the best. Oil is a resource that is used by people to live their lives. AI strips people of intelligence and of material wealth. And it also ruins the environment for no discernible benefit.
Public fund. Alaska created a sovereign wealth fund that has paid dividends directly to residents for a decade. Every year, people in Alaska get a piece of the action from their oil revenue. Even President Trump has proposed establishing a United States sovereign wealth fund.
I am a fucking
the billions,
commie.
if not
Fair
trillions
enough.
generated by this legislation would provide direct payments to the American people and help guarantee health care, education, and housing as human rights.
I don't know about this, man. Like, honestly, I don't know about this at all. This makes me upset. I know he's trying his best, but like, that is just not the response we need to AI. But I need to build an... Hi, I'm a fucking commie, but I need an AI to build planned economy. True. It disappoints me. It's not like upset. It's a little upsetting. Because if we eliminate the ability of AI to do damage by extreme restrictions on its usage, like extreme restrictions on its usage, then it's not going to be as much of an issue.
Now to breaking news and sticking with the topic of AI, President Trump just signed an executive order
And then shit like this comes out of the president's office.
this morning centered on government access to advanced artificial intelligence. Let's get to CBS News correspondent
So the government can take a look at AI models and use them for military purposes. That's all this is.
Janelle Call, who's following this for us. Janelle, what exactly is this new order about?
What the fuck does it sound like that?
Well, here it is, Mugo.
What the fuck?
It's quite lengthy. The president signing this landmark executive, landmark executive order earlier today in private. We're still pouring through the document itself, but at this point, companies like Anthropic, like OpenAI, and like Google to give over their new models to the government for review before those new AI models become public and something that
We need to use it for an economy? No. We don't. It is creating a bubble of a collection of wealth towards the top 1% of Americans. Once that bubble pops, our economy's fucked.
you and I can use in our everyday lives. The order says in part, quote, advanced AI capabilities make our nation stronger, but also
We do? Yeah, you're just wrong on this one.
introduce new national security considerations that require coordinated action across executive departments and agencies. It goes on to say
The American economy is based solely on investment and debt gambling, pretty much. There's no material wealth, basically, in what Americans make. We don't make anything. Because you need to seize the means. I can't tell if you're LARPing or not. AI doesn't produce anything. There's a reason why the billion... I'm a Russian? Oh. Well, then get out of here.
The Trump administration will, quote, work closely with industry to ensure that the best and most secure...
You're a fake commie then. I can't tell if you're LARPing or not. It's so hard.
technology is...
I'm from Russia. Let me ask you this quick question real fast. Are you pro-Russia or pro-Ukraine?
deployed rapidly to confront any and all threats to our country. So what does this mean, Mugo? Well, essentially here...
You're fucking annoying. All right. See you later. Go be annoying somewhere else.
The government is asking those companies, Anthropic,
Why would you ever want to use AI if it's gonna... You need to seize the means of... No, AI doesn't produce anything. There's no wealth being produced by it besides investment speculations. Or speculations on investment speculations. Or speculations on investment? One or the other. It doesn't generate wealth by making material. It generates wealth by basically billionaires gambling on it.
AI and Google, for example, to voluntarily let the government review their new AI models up to 30 days before those models become public. Now, I do want to note that upon first read, it appears this is not a mandatory legal requirement.
But companies that don't do this will, not get the government's favor.
To be some kind of pre-licensing agreement. Instead, the government here is asking those companies to give over those models for review for safety reasons, it says, before they become public. Ultimately, though, the president signed this after some squabbling back and forth about this. You know, he was supposed to sign this order back in May, so the timing here is interesting because at that point, he had pulled out at the last moment, telling reporters, Mugo, that he was concerned that putting some kind of order like this out there in writing may impact American companies' ability to essentially be competitive against Chinese companies. We know that there's a...
I don't even care. I hate AI. AI deserves no place in America. It generates no wealth besides speculative investment. It doesn't benefit anybody. I haven't seen one piece of information ever to show that there's been a benefit to quote unquote AI, but basically large language models or algorithms being able... Yeah, large language models. Google and Microsoft don't like using them anymore because they're inefficient for coding. Medicine hasn't developed, or medical, like AI in medicine hasn't developed to the point where doctors can use it to... Well, there was that one case where it screened cancer early, and I think that is a benefit, and that's why I think high restrictions on it. But then we're going to be requiring more and more of doctors and nurses if we start using it to, like, chart, or start using it to record data information for patients. I don't know, man. I don't like it. I don't like it one bit. I don't like it one bit.